Allez, c'est parti. It's gonna start in 20 minutes. Hey everybody. Hello. Oh, faut que je coupe le son. Tim will start in 20 minutes. Bon. Alors, on va sur Insta. here because I cut out the sound on my webcam. I'm so dumb. You guys, thank goodness I am on Instagram too, but like my stream was completely mute. I'm so sorry. Oh boy. Thank you, boyfriend. Anyway, I was saying that I'm live on Instagram, but I'm also live on YouTube, and why the what? Oh, wasn't right. But anyways, I'm going to stream. I'm going to work on this piece. As you can see, I was like still working on this. I have to do the butterflies. I have all the hair finished. I have all of the flowers. I have a lot of things to finish on the bottom. I want to keep it quite, I would say, still like abstract looking. I don't want to work too much on the background. In those areas, I want to keep it like quite neutral and a bit abstract, but I still have a lot to do in terms of details. Can't really show you the entire piece on YouTube, but you know, here I still have a lot of work to do. If I want to show you that on YouTube, I have to flip just a tiny bit. You can see in the bottom I still have a lot to do, but I want to focus my work and the details basically on the flowers and keep the rest quite soft and blended, so you know, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to do that on YouTube mainly. I can't really hold the phone and work on at the same time, sorry. So if you'd like to join, you can just go on my YouTube page, and yeah. But thank you just for watching this. I have noticed a few comments. Sandra Lee, you love my coloring book. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You love my work too? Oh, that's really nice. Okay, but anyways, so this is how it looks so far. If you'd like to see more of the, you know, of the work that I'm going to do on this, then just go on my YouTube channel because I'm going to stream there. And yeah, but I will record some of the process and do like some reel and some video, you know, so you can see how it looks. And I'm also doing a TikTok, so yeah, that's it so far. And this is the palette. So many colors. I'm gonna show you the YouTube too. So many colors. So yeah, let's just start working on this, and I hope that you can join on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye. So I'm finishing just posting that on Instagram, streaming on YouTube. Finishing an artwork. So I'm posting that quickly on Instagram, and then we're gonna start working. Let's start painting. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to move the camera as I go because right now I can't really just go further than this. So I'm going to work on the top, but if I work on the bottom, I will just move my webcam. I can angle it a tiny bit so you can see the bottom, but yeah, I guess I can also just do it that way, but it's a bit deformed, I guess, like the way it's shaped. It's kind of weird. I think we're just gonna work on the middle for now. But this is the piece I have. I have prepared my colors right here. I have a lot of colors. This is mainly some reddish, you know, muted red, gingery tones. So I have a lot of oranges and browns and reddish tones. I have a warm purple right here that I'm gonna use for the contouring and like all the shadows. But I will finish the piece also with pencil, I think. I'm just gonna do the best I can, like the most of it with the paint, and we'll see. For the face, I did use a lot of pencils because I was able to really just get like the proper shading that I wanted to have. But the rest is mainly just watercolor as a base and then gouache. And I have also some turquoise, you know, some bluish tones, kind of muted palettes. This one is more of a green. It doesn't really look that green on camera, but it's more of a green. And also we have like some of the, you know, pale yellow base. It is more saturated in real life. The camera washes it away a tiny bit, but we have that. And so what I have to do right now, I'm probably going to work a bit and like just like finish the butterfly, maybe work on the top section here, maybe work on that butterfly, and we'll work a bit on the hair. I'm not going to finish that today because, well, it's late. First of all, it's quite late for me. It's, I live in France and it's already 10, I mean, it's almost 11 p.m. So I'm not going to work like for 3 hours on that because I'm already tired, but I can do a lot still. So in terms of tools, what I have, so I'm working on watercolor pad. This is hot pressed watercolor, so it's pretty soft. We have gouache. I'm using a mixture of like various brands. Like I have the designer gouache. I have some nice like high quality gouache. I have gouache from the Himi gouache. And yeah, there's like various brands. And brushes, I'm usually 99% of the time I'm using those square brush. Different sizes, like a medium, you know, and like a pretty small one. Doesn't really look square, but it is kind of flat square brush. And then for details, I'm using just tiny flat brushes like those. Those are like the main one. I don't really use any kind of brushes. I don't even use watercolor brushes per se because they're too soft for me. I really like the angular one because I can control the shapes a bit more. I don't know, it looks really interesting, I believe, so that's why I'm doing it. But anyways, so we have a few people watching, so thank you so much. Welcome. We're just gonna go right into it and start working on this piece. I'm just like fixing a tiny bit of my setup because I don't have enough light and the screen is blocked. The light is just like being blocked by the screen, so it's a bit annoying. And if I lean forward, I'm not going to be able to do anything. So I'm gonna work on the butterfly. Basically, I already worked right here, as you can see. I have worked on the design itself, like the motif. Would say, is it the right word? I don't know. So we're gonna work on that, just like finish this and replicate on the other wing. And this is going to be the first step for tonight's streaming. And we'll see if I can do more. So let's just keep on working. It's a mixture of like, I mean, the base was like a muted tone, but then I'm working from dark to light, technically. I'm using a lot of the dark blue, then the medium one blue, then some green, and then some of the pale yellow, and just blending everything. For now, I think I'm gonna go with the medium. I think I'm gonna go with the small like square brush just to work a bit of the shape that I have. And then I will use a smaller brush so I can do the details. But yeah, let's just get started. I think I'm gonna just move yeah, I'm gonna move it right here. So I'm picking colors. We're gonna work with those, like the blue, the turquoise, maybe a bit of a greenish tone here, and some of the pale colors so I can replicate what I did here. I think I'm gonna go, actually, I'm gonna work on the design itself with my small brush, just so I can prepare a tiny bit of what the design should look like. Hopefully I'm not blocking too much what I'm doing. I should probably just angle the camera, but I really don't know how to do that. I should also record some of the process, but like, it's a bit tedious to do all at once. It's not the right password. So bad. It would be better if I was zooming in, but so I'm gonna go exactly like what I did here. I'm gonna do pretty much the same. You can't really see what I'm doing. That's a bit annoying. Let me just try if I can readjust the camera so it's a bit angled. How can I do that? Hang on. I'm gonna try something because you can't really see what I'm doing because it should be a bit angled just so slightly so I don't block what I'm doing, even if you can see the feet. At least you see what I'm painting, you know. I mean, it's still like a better angle because I'm not blocking everything. Also, like I said, I have like a sore throat. I have a sore throat. I'm just like, I'm catching a cold or something, so I might not talk too much when I'm doing stuff. Unless someone asks a question, if anyone wants to speak. We don't have a lot of people here, so I can't really interact with you if nobody's speaking. But I'm all here if you want to talk about anything, if you have any question, if you are interested like in my work, if you want to talk about your work, go for it. I don't really mind if like my work isn't like completely like super precise and like ready, because I can just easily cover everything. With gouache it's pretty interesting because you can really just come back as much almost as you want. Like there's no really limit. So I'm just gonna quickly just like define a tiny bit like the pattern that I want to have. I'm being careful because I'm gonna have to replicate that on the other butterfly, and it's a lot of work, so I don't want it to be too complex, but I also really would like to have some nice details, so I'm just gonna do my best to do exactly the same thing in the other butterfly. But this one was pretty random. I didn't really thought too much about what I was doing. I just went like a tiny bit abstract, so we'll see how that goes. Should it be just dark blue? Trying to follow like, I don't have like a reference for this really, so I'm glad some people are watching, but like nobody is talking on the chat. Like, do you guys have any questions? How are you doing? What you doing today? What time is it for you? I mean, I didn't really announce this one. I mean, I've talked about it on a few, on my social media, but like, I don't have a lot of reach on my social media, so maybe that's why there's not a lot of people, but it's fine. I'm still gonna have some people watching the playback of this video because I'm recording it. I'm really trying my best right now. I really want to have, what I really like in my work recently and the way I want to work is really focusing on having very detailed, complex element. Like for example, the butterfly here. I'm really trying to work very carefully with it, with like tiny brushes and all. I mean, I'm using tiny brush because it's a small piece, but if I were to do like a bigger piece, I'm still going to use like a very small brush, just not this small. But I like having the contrast of like a blurry, unfinished, very color blocking background, or like some places, like some areas of the piece will remain kind of soft looking, and then some will have very detailed focus pieces. Like I would just, like if I were to take a picture, I'm going to show you quickly what I mean by that, because it's better if I show you like a piece that I worked on recently. If I can just show you that in a proper angle. So I'm basically trying to do like pieces that look like photographs. Hello me, but I don't speak English. Bonjour Elsa, merci d'être passé, c'est super gentil. Il y a personne qui parle dans le chat. C'est un peu déprimant. Parce que du coup je raconte ma vie, mais j'ai l'impression que personne écoute. Mais merci d'être venu, c'est gentil. Anyways, I was talking about this piece. As you can see, I've kept the background kind of blurry, very soft looking, and then everything in the foreground is quite detailed and in focus, and it really gives the look of like a photograph. Like it really gives like this 3D effect, an interesting look to it. It has a nice contrast, and I really like this look. It's kind of hard, I think, to do if you don't have different layers, like a photo has like the foreground, the background, and everything. When you do an artwork, if I like the way I work on this right now, I don't have a background. There's nothing happening in the background. So to make it blurry and intentionally recreate this effect, it's kind of hard for me. So the way I'm going to do it is by keeping some of it kind of soft looking, not really touching much more, not doing contouring, but I'm going to, if I do contouring on the main like part of this, then I'm gonna have pretty much the same effect that I had with the flower, but I still need to have some definition, because if you can look at the bottom like I showed before, it is pretty blurry, like it's pretty messy, so I can't really just keep it that way. So we'll see how that goes. I might just define some of the leaves and just keep the rest kind of blurry and melt everything together. Maybe we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be back in a sec. Be right, be. I know I was missing a note. I have to say be right, be. Water break. Tu vois, c'est dommage, Elsa. Bah ouais, un petit peu. Après, c'est pas très grave. Hein. Je peux comprendre qu'il n'y ait pas forcément des gens qui ont envie de parler. Hein. J'ai annoncé ça à l'arrache. Il n'y a pas grand monde qui vient. On est entre 7 et 10 personnes qui regardent. Moi, ça me va du moment que j'ai des gens qui viennent. Hein, un peu tout. Hein. Thank you just for being here, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to, you know, bring more people here, it will be amazing if you just like share the link. If you want to share the artwork, you know, just talk about like what you're seeing. It would be amazing. But it's fine with me if you don't want to talk. I might just put some music and just dive into it and just like work on this cute butterfly here. I have a sore throat. It's really painful right now. I don't want to be sick. I have tons of things to do. Where is the smaller brush? Oh, this is this one. I'm just gonna keep working with this for now. I'm just like finishing what I'm doing. Although technically I would need like something in between. This one is a bit larger. I mean, it's dirty because there's like yellow. But I would need something in the middle. As you can see, it's, you know, like it is both small, but like I would need a bit in between. Triple, like quarter pearl 0 and 0. Yeah, I would need like 3 zeros. I love smaller brushes. They're quite fragile, but I'm just getting, I mean, I tried to spend a bit more money on some. Those are really quite cheap. Like this one is just my store brand, and this is the Winsor & Newton Kaufman round, and I paid like 3 or 4 for each. Like it's pretty inexpensive, 3 or 4 euros, like $5. If you get very high quality fine brushes, they sometimes can get up to like $10, $12, $15. There's not a lot of hair, so I think it's pretty pricey, and they don't last longer. So I just have to stock up on those like tiny detailing brush. I'm just getting a pack, and I'm just getting like one every 3 months of something, and it does the job. And because I really want them to remain in shape like this, because if they're not in shape, I can't work. But this doesn't hold a lot of paint, so that's why it's pretty hard to use on its own. I have to reapply and just get more paint every time. So it's a bit of a struggle sometimes, but as the webcam moved, I should probably just try to angle it slightly differently. If I were to put you on the side and just angle it down even more. Maybe this way. I mean, it's not completely straight because I am working here, but you're gonna see a bit more of what I'm doing if I do that. Switching to my smaller brush, it's going to be easier to work on the pattern itself, and I'm gonna have to use a bit more back and forth for the paint, but it's fine. I'm gonna take a bit more. I want to replicate. I mean, should I do a gradient like I did here, or should I just do it darker here? I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it. For now, I'm just gonna try to replicate what I did on top so I can blend everything. And we'll see if I darken stuff. I really like using gouache. It really, to me, it's really a happy medium. Like, I can do so many different things with it. The only thing I don't like about gouache is that it's drying really matte. Like, it's a complete matte finish. I don't have the effect that I would like with a glossy finish, like what I would find with oil painting, for example. But it's also quite similar with acrylic, because acrylic dries also kind of matte-ish, but they tend to have like a satin finish. There's some gloss to it, which you don't have with gouache. So that's why there's just like one bit that I don't like, but I still really like gouache anyways, so it's fine, I guess. I can get back some of that glossy finish that I like if I work with pencils on top. It does work better if I use pencil on top of watercolor and not on top of gouache, but I like it still. I like it also. It's harder to use if I have a base of gouache and not a bit of watercolor. If it's watercolor, it's inside the paper, and the pencil really has more grip, you know, to hold on to. If it's on actual gouache, the gouache stays a bit on top. It's not as in the paper, and so the pencil is going to layer on top of that. So I need a bit more blending to have the look that I want. We're gonna work with pencils in the maybe not on the butterflies. I don't know yet. I'm gonna do as much as I can with gouache, but we might have to work with pencils at some point. If I don't really get the exact shade that I want. I'm looking for a specific tone that I have in mind, and I might have to do that with actual pencils, or just like for really tiny detail that I might not have with gouache, you know. But I am quite content right now with the amount of detail that I can do. I don't really need to use pencils for now. Just focusing on creating like this gradient effect. So I'm using the black, the dark blue, then the turquoise, and a tiny bit of this green, and then I'm using my pale yellow and just gradually fading colors. This is quite small, so I have to use like really tiny strokes, but it still works. Just have to be gentle. Just trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of the pattern. I feel like a larger section with like another panel right here could be interesting. And then here it can be darker. have to take such tiny amount of paint. It's so long to do. But it gives nice results, so I'm fine with that. I'd rather do it that way so I know that the blending is, you know, nice, properly done. Than just rushing it. If it's longer, it's okay. Taking my time to get a nice result. I mean, it's pretty subjective, but I really like it. I would need to get really close to the piece to really know what I'm doing. I'm trying to remain visible from the webcam, but I would definitely need to rework on this. Well, first of all, this is darker than the top, so I'm gonna have to, you know, rework on that. I really like the this bottom piece, so I'm gonna have to darken this. But yeah, this is a butterfly, and I have to do the exact same design on the other butterfly that I have on the piece, which is right here, this one. But it's fine. I mean, I can just like maybe trace with like tracing paper, so I can just have like my, you know, just mapping it out. It would be easier for me. But we're not done yet. I'm gonna work on the top section. Just define my design a tiny bit more. And what else can we do? Maybe like something right here. Trying out just something. Right now it doesn't really look like a butterfly design. So I'm just gonna quickly add just some more, I guess, I don't really know how to describe it. Just more of what it looks like in the bottom, so it looks a bit more like it's matching, not like separate wings. Like I said, I don't really have a reference for the butterfly. I'm just like doing from what I gathered in my head. My main goal is just to have it a bit darker so it matches the bottom. I don't really worry too much about the actual pattern that I have, as long as it's similar. I just need to get this right here kind of like here as well. So I would need to just do a bit more, just darken it here and there. It's going to be quite similar if I do that. Just define a tiny bit more. It's beautiful. Merci, Elsa. Thank you so much. Someone is actually here talking to me. Thank you. Merci, merci. C'est choupi. J'apprécie beaucoup. C'est un peu dommage qu'il y ait si peu de gens. C'est vrai que j'adorerais pouvoir interagir avec tout le monde, mais je peux pas les inventer. Après, ça va, il y a quand même pas mal de monde. Hein. I mean, I know that not a lot of you guys, maybe you don't really want to talk, you don't have a lot to say. I don't know if you're a subscriber or not. You don't really have to be a part of the chat. It's just a bit weird to feel like I'm talking to myself, but I know some of you are just like listening and chilling, taking a look at what I'm doing. And so I'm still happy with that. I'm happy that I still have a few people just popping in and taking a look at what I'm doing. And if you don't want to talk, it's fine. I'm not going to force anyone to do that. But it's a bit sad. Like I would need, I would appreciate if I could chat with some people and not just talk alone. Like randomly to maybe some people watching, because I don't really know if anyone is actually listening to me. I know some actually are listening to me. I'm just saying that it's weird because nobody is, but I'm pretty sure that some people are just watching what I'm doing. Oh, thank you, Harmony. Thank you. Somebody's here. You're listening to this. You're painting too. That's really nice. Oh, that's really cool. I mean, I like that too. Just keeping you company while you and I are just making some artwork. Really nice. Thank you for telling me that. I really, really appreciate this. I know it just feels sometimes weird because I know some people watch. I mean, people are watching, so there's people here. I know there are people here. But because they're not talking, I don't even know if those are real people. And so it really, really makes my day. There's like one real people at least. Besides Elsa. Besides Elsa, which is who I already know. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for telling me. And what are you painting right now? Was wondering, because I am working on the butterfly. It's going to take me hours to finish. I'm so thirsty. I should probably also just like charge my phone and all. My boyfriend is watching me also in full screen on his TV. People are so nice. I have to charge my phone too, but I want to take a picture. Can I do like a proper one for the details? Hang on, I'm just like blocking a bit of the... Just want to do some close-up. You're working on a painting for one of your novel characters. Oh, that's so cool. So you're painting and writing stories as well? I'm working on stories. I've been like, I don't know. It's been a while since I've touched the story itself, but I was writing short stories and I'm also writing a novel, which I'm going to illustrate, but it's a lot of work. Maybe I will revisit that sometime. having a terrible time mixing the right green. Oh yeah, sometimes it's pretty annoying. I feel like, I don't remember, I think it was when I was working on this, the little like photo like flower that I've showed you, this piece. I had a photo reference for it that I found on Pinterest or something, and but it was a digital artwork, and there were so many different greens, and I was using watercolors as a base, and then I've used my Copic markers, and then I used my pencils on top, and I didn't have the right colors. I've mixed so many different greens. I think there's like 10 or 15, like 12 colors just for the greens, and I've used some blues, and like it was really hard to really match what I really was seeing on my reference. So that's why I don't really want to use references, because I'm like, I need 12, like 13 or 15 different colors, and I don't have them, so I don't, it's pretty hard. I think I'm gonna revisit the butterfly maybe later, because I would need to get really close, and I might just block everything if I do that, but is it blocking? Not really, so I guess I can still work on that. I need to be really close to make smaller details and blend things, because it's a bit messy-ish. I don't mind that, but because, like I said, I want very detailed accents and blurry background, I have to make this really precise and blending it as much as I can. So I'm gonna have to work on that again with very tiny strokes, so I can have just something a bit more polished, I guess. I'll make the decision that I'm gonna probably have that just be darker. Carefully. Can you see? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. I'm not blocking everything with my face. I was worried that my face might be just in the way, but it's not. So it's cool. I'm like slouching like a gremlin. I shouldn't be like this, but I need to be really close to the piece if I want to make the details that I want to have. Should this be like a lot darker? I don't know. Because this is going to also be submitted for a diamond painting, I might edit it. I might just like tweak a few things digitally, not necessarily in terms of the drawing, but just make some elements a bit softer, I'm gonna be able to really focus on smaller details that I might not be able to in real life, because I don't have the tool for it. But if I'm working digitally, I can go really close, so it might be interesting. Just gonna make this a bit darker here. I might use like a blue pencil for some of the details, just because I like the look of gouache that I'm doing right now. The contouring with gouache is very soft, and I can get really small details, but it's long. It's really long to do. It looks amazing. I'm really happy with how it looks, but it's a lot of work. It's really long to do. But I like that. I feel like sometimes it's hard to find the right balance between spending a lot of time on a piece and doing also a quick rendition of something. I like when I find the right balance. And the reason why also I want to work more painterly looking is just because I like that it's not just a drawing, it's a painting, and I'm trying my best to define the texture and to create contrast in a way that still remains painterly, but it's a detailed painterly look. But it's a lot of work. It's pretty long to do. The longest it has been, I mean, I spent like 10, 20, 30 hours on a piece, and I'm selling the originals, but I can't rely on selling original work to make a living, because if I'm spending 30 hours on a piece, it's gonna take an entire week for me to complete. So if I were to do that just 4 times a month, and I want to have like proper amount of money to make a living, that means selling the original for like 300 euros or something. And that's the minimum, you know, like I have to make profit, so I have taxes and everything. And recently I've been seeing a lot of artists saying that you shouldn't sell yourself short. You have to, it's an original piece, you spend hours on it, it's you have this in your hand, you know, it's a one of a kind, so it's okay if it's expensive. And to me it will be worth it if I'm spending really my time on making it the best it can be. The reason why I want to have that as detailed and as precise as it is right now is because I want to be proud of what I'm doing. And it's just a style choice, but it doesn't have to take thousands of hours. I am really happy. Again, I'm showing that because it's a nice example of how I like the style and the outcome. The rendition here, the rendering was really nice. I find the right balance. It was kind of blurry, but I also have some very specific contrast element. I've spent, I think, 2 hours on this, so it's pretty fast, you know. I just have to find the right technique, I say, and it's still a work in process, like a work in progress for me. Right now, on this specific piece, like I said, the focus will be mainly on the face and like some of the details on the flowers, you know, what's on her hair. I'm gonna define slightly bit more here just so it creates more depth, but I want to keep it quite painterly looking in other areas. I think I might cover this butterfly because I don't really like it. It really doesn't really do anything right here. And the bottom, I don't know yet. Might have to maybe draw a bit more on the design on the piece so I can have a better understanding of like my lines, you know, and then I will just do detail on the flowers. You can see some of them right here. I'm gonna do some of the flowers so they really pop out, and the rest will remain kind of blurry looking. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't know yet. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop talking for a bit because it's really painful right now. My throat is dying. And I also have to sit properly because right now I'm just like slouching so much. Where's my water break paper? Is it behind? It's just under this. No, it's not. Hang on, I have to go to the bathroom. I don't. Where is my water? My break paper. My be right back paper. I don't have it. You are me. I'm back. I'm just gonna get another, like, I guess it's, I don't know how you call that in English, in pastille. I mean, technically it's like a candy-ish, that is more like a med. It's based with, like, its plants and stuff, just to help with my sore throat. But yeah, you don't sell your work. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I've seen artists just tell that you shouldn't sell your work based on, like, minimum wage or anything, or like an hourly rate, because if you spend a lot of time on a piece, people are not buying it because you spend a lot of time on a piece. They are buying it because they like it. And so you have to figure out a best way is to just spend as little as you can to get the best result. You gotta, like, optimize your working capabilities and your skill set. For example, this piece right now, I've already spent, I think, like nearly 10 hours on it. But this kind of artwork, if I were to do that, if I did that like 10 years ago, I would already have spent like 30 hours on it. So I'm not really paying myself in a way, hourly speaking, but I also think that because I can't produce more than a certain amount of artworks per month, at some point I still have to make enough of a living. So I'd rather not sell the original than sell it short. Like this, now I have made quite of a big decision. I know it's going to maybe affect my income, but I don't really sell original this much anyways, so you know, why not? But now my original are going to be priced up because they take a lot of time and there's a lot of work that comes with this. So yeah, I mean, if I base my worth on like how much I can produce in a month, and I'm not a machine, I can just make like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 pieces each month. So they have to be at least around 300. Like I can't really, yeah, that's just what it is. If you can't pay for it, then just don't buy it. I know it's expensive for some people, but for some it's not. So yeah, but if you're not making a career out of art, you can sell it not as expensive, but you don't have also, I mean, still, I think you shouldn't also base that on the fact that, okay, I'm not making a living, so I don't really have to worry about how much I'm selling it for. But technically, you should still. I think that it's quite important to don't don't sell cheap just because you don't need the money, you know. But I understand that you don't really have to worry about that. Let's go back to my butterfly. I moved slightly. Hang on. I have to readjust a tiny bit. Hopla. Let's go. I don't really know why I'm catching this like really like sore, tight, itchy throat. Maybe I saw somebody who was sick, or like I was pretty exhausted the last couple of weeks. So maybe that's also because my defenses my immune system was a bit fragile. So I'm catching on something. It's not that I don't really feel like a strain per se. My boyfriend just asked if it was because of I may have pushed a tiny bit too much when I was singing, because I'm a singer in a choir, and yesterday we had rehearsals like we have every Tuesday, and I didn't really push that much, not much more than usual. And also I don't have the same pain. I remember once I did push too much when I was singing, and it wasn't comfortable, but it went away completely. Like I was like, it's hurting a bit, but it got better just the next day. Like it didn't really stay that painful. Right now I have the effects of a cold building up, so it's completely different, which is really annoying because, like I said, I've been quite unwell for a few weeks, and I mean, mentally speaking, and I've been better after like talking about it, you know, finding support with my friends and my boyfriend. I'm doing better, but then I'm catching a freaking cold. Like I don't have a break. Can I have a break? Can I just like be like can I just be well for like some time? Just gonna cover. Oh, sorry, I knocked the tripod. I'm just gonna cover this. I don't really like it. I don't want that. I want a larger panel here. Using the yellow. Just gonna quickly cover that up. It's not blending purpley, but it's fine. I'm just gonna come on top with a lighter shade. So I don't think it's just a matter of like my singing. I don't have any restraint per se. It is quite similar to a pretty nasty cold. I'm just hoping it's not going to be much worse, because I have very specific events coming. I mean, it's fine if I'm getting sick right now. I'll be able to get better within the proper time span to be able to attend the event. I'm singing, so I can't be sick. If I'm sick, I can't sing. So hopefully I'm better by then. So I'm not too worried. But still, usually when I'm getting sick, it takes me a while to heal. So enough talking. I'm so it's so painful right now. think I'm almost done with the butterfly. I'm not gonna film a tiny bit for a TikTok. Just gonna go a bit closer. Yeah, like this. I feel like my streaming session would be better if I was streaming with my phone, because my phone has way better quality than the webcam. I don't know if you can just be live on YouTube using the phone directly. I think so. I should probably just try next time, so I have like a better quality. I could be closer, because we can't really see. You can see what I'm doing, but it's pretty small, basically. And if I zoom in, it's blurry because it doesn't really have the focus ability. I'm still going to stream on YouTube because I would really like to improve my watch time, so I can be a partner again. I noticed that they changed the requirements. It used to be 4,000 hours of a watch time, and now it's 3,000 in the last 365 years, like in a year basically. If you get 3,000 views and 3,000 hours of watch time in the last year, you can qualify. I mean, it's one of the requirements, but not the only one. And yeah, it used to be 4,000. I mean, 3,000 is still quite a lot, because I haven't gotten any watch time to this extent in a long time. I remember when I was still a partner, I was being paid like maybe every 3 months based on my AdSense and like my views. I don't remember when I was disqualified. They warned me because I had way less views, even on my older video. And it wasn't during a break or anything. I was posting content, but I got really little engagement, so that's maybe why. And I couldn't really save myself from this, so maybe one day I'll be back to this amount, but I'm don't strive for that. I don't really strive for that, because if I'm starting to think about this, I might just like stop making content, because it's pretty hard to reach based on how I am right now. So if I don't really have that watch time, why would I stream on YouTube? You know, maybe I can stream on different platforms. I can stream on Twitch, I can stream on Instagram, but still it's better, I think. I don't know. Jenny! Yes! Someone else is talking! Yoo-hoo! So happy! Thank you, Jenny! Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I do like it myself. I do think it's beautiful. I wish it was bigger, because it's pretty small to work on this, and I mean, I would need better lighting too. I'll probably rework on it with daylight, because right now it's hard. I mean, with the setup that I have, you know, the artificial lights are not the best as well. So I would have to rework on it. And like I said, I might also just fix some of the blending digitally. Is that watercolors? No, actually I'm using gouache. It's like a thicker watercolor, you know. It's water-based, so no, I'm using gouache, and I'm just carefully blending everything. Compared to like working with acrylics, who are drying, I mean, it's really drying really fast. The gouache is drying quite fast, but I can reactivate it and blend it. I can blend it really well, even if I come on top multiple times. So I really like it. I'm gonna work a tiny bit on the background right here, not defining it too much. I'm still going to get this quite blurry, but I'm gonna, you know, I have a lot of room to play with. This is very detailed, this is kind of blurry, so I'm gonna find the middle ground between those two. I just have to figure out a way to replicate this color right here. We'll see. I'm just gonna try to do stuff, and if I don't like it, it's fine. I can just like fix it myself. I'm gonna put this brownish color. And this is why I really like the flat brushes. It really mixes interestingly. It has a nice, I don't know, the ability that I have to blend colors with this. I really like it. Yeah, it's really cool. I have to figure out a way to make like proper blending here, so I really have that define. Tiny bit of this purple. Like I said, I think I'm gonna cover the butterfly that I have right here because I don't really like it. Doesn't really serve the artwork. I'm gonna go with a bigger brush as well. To cover that, it's really easy because it's pretty light and my background is going to be slightly darker, so I don't really mind. So I'm just gonna go with my turquoise here. Just gonna really very so slightly just define my the hair that I will have underneath, just so I know where to stop. I'm gonna try to blend the hair with the background. I don't mind if it's just showing through, you know. And I liked the fact that I can blend colors with gouache quite easily. And I want it to be kind of muddy in a way because I'm using like some warmer tone with like this orange looking color. It basically is going to create browns, which is fine with me because I need muted colors in the background. So I'm just gonna work with different shades, add some of the warmer tones, add some of this like reddish tones, back with my very light shades so I can blend that out and melt it with the hair. I like creating like texture in the background, so I'm not gonna worry too much like about like how it looks. Getting some purple here. Back with some of the turquoise. I'm wiping it out, wiping the excess coming on top here, blending it out. Creating texture. Back with the yellow. I need something in between the reddish tone and the turquoise. Or maybe the turquoise is a bit too much here. Maybe it should just be this color. Just gonna switch to my smaller brush. You can't really see, but it's pretty muted on the camera, but it's a bit more saturated on the actual piece, which I really like, by the way. Nice project. Oh, went to art school, but then I joined a medical career and I lost my art skills. I'm trying to get back into it. It feels like I'm starting all over. Oh yeah, definitely. It's a lot of, I mean, my cousin actually was doing completely different things. I don't know exactly what job he had before, but he was like 44 or something, and he actually went back to school to be a nurse. Like, he went back to like a 3 years program, so he can change entirely the career that he was in it. So, and he actually became a nurse. So you can always start over. You can always just like learn new things, and you know. But it's hard. If you went to art school and you can't really just do that as a job, it's pretty sad, I think. But you still have your art skills. You're just gonna have to find some time to maybe just, you know, revisit that in the future. But good for you. Just, I mean, yeah, finding another career after going to school for something, it's quite nerve-wracking. So give you props for that, because I went to art school and I didn't change career after that. How many was you finally had a nice green? Yeah, I'm so happy. That's really nice. Speaking of greens, I am myself trying to blend that out right here, so I can have some nice little details, small effects in the background. Just being really careful with my blending so I don't mess everything up, because it's going to be quite muddy if I'm not careful, which I don't mind. Like I said, I don't really mind that. I'm just gonna figure out a way to make, if I were to blend orange tones, I would need some yellow in between. I need to come back with some of that yellow and blend that out with the hair. It's pretty hard to mix all colors. You really have to be really careful to really connect everything together. If you don't do it properly, you can get really muddy, weird results, which would be sad. But I'm trying my best to just go slow. And gouache is nice because it really just is quite forgiving. You can come on top, you can fix mistakes, you can just like, you know, just take your time. You will find a way to blend things in a way that doesn't look muddy-ish. But it's a long process. Right now I'm just trying to create a bit of texture in the background. Like I said, just keeping it still quite trying to find my words. I'm sorry, I'm not used to speaking English anymore. Just blending some colors to add specific shades, but I'm trying to define things without it being super detailed like the butterfly, right? And just like melting the hair. And as you can see, the butterfly is gone. And then I can just like use the reddish tones again and this nice orange, so I can have the hair, the ginger hair just popping. I'm missing more of a reddish base right here. Just gonna have to mix some colors together. And like for the hair, for example, as you can see right here, this has a lot of very detailed contouring, but the hair itself, I think I'm gonna keep it slightly bit more blurry. Just going to maybe like in certain places just define it tiny bit like I did here, but not too much, because I really like the fact that it's melting in the background. So I'd rather do less than too much. But like I said, because it's gouache, I can just come on top if I really want to cover an area. But at some point, the paper is just going to have a harder time. It's going to lift the color a bit too much. So I have to be careful. Just figuring out, I think I'm going to have like a bit of purple right here. Just gonna do that, but a blended version. I'm gonna blend that right here. And add back some of the turquoise so it's blended. I'm creating like a wave effect in a way. It sounds like a graphic background. There's nothing really specific to it. Maybe a bit of the yellow. I need some of the green. Gently, carefully mixing the shades so I can create like a nice effect. You know, there's nothing really. I would need just this color. Yeah, this one. So it blends with the rest. And the yellow should be back right here. Maybe do like some graphic foliage of some sort. For now, I'm not too sure of like how the background should look like. I need this green right here. It's not really a green, it's more like a muted olive greenish color. Yeah, you can still see what I'm doing. I was hoping that it would remain in frame. I really like working on this. This is beautiful. Thank you, Diana. I'm so happy you like it. I am quite happy with it too. I really want to find my work beautiful. I was so hard on myself for a long time. Not really happy with what I was doing and how it was rendered and everything. And I'm really finding my style a bit more recently. I've been using different like tools, you know, like looking on Pinterest, finding resources, even using like AI generators. I'm quite defensive about AI generators. I don't like using it for what it is. I'm not producing content with it. I'm just using it as a way to visualize some concept art, and then I am just figuring out what I want to tell, you know, how I want to do it, what concepts I want to work on. And it's an interesting tool, but I still find that it's lacking some of me. Like, I'm just working with the database and I don't have my style showing, so I'm just using it as a way to find my best self in a way, and then I'm working still traditionally with paint and everything. And the original concept for this was a quite random piece that I found on Pinterest or like AliExpress or something. I think it was AI generated, and I just found like a random portrait with long hair, you know, nothing really special about it, and I work on it completely randomly, and I completely removed the reference from my eye, and then I'm just, I guess, shape shifting it to make it my own, and it doesn't look like the reference at all. Like, I mean, you barely see it, maybe in the face a bit more, but not that much. So yeah, but so I really want to also like find my work beautiful. I don't want to be hard on myself. I really appreciate that. I do find it beautiful too. I mean, there's not a lot of artworks that I'm like, oh, that looks really nice, and I'm really happy with this one. So I'm just gonna keep working on it. Not for too long because it's pretty late. It's like midnight, 18 past midnight, and I am getting tired. I think I'm gonna work for like just a tiny bit more on the background, and then I'll just call it for the night and just go to bed because it's pretty late. I wonder if my boyfriend is sleeping. I think he's really tired. Aww. He catch a shiny Pokemon. He had, oh my fucking god. Bonne nuit, mon amour. So my boyfriend is going to bed, of course. It's pretty late. I think I'm just gonna work a tiny, like 10 extra minutes, and then I'll just also stop because it's pretty late. It's really, really late. I mean, I started late, so, you know. My throat is so painful. Oh, I'm getting sick. I am so freaking getting sick. Shit. I want this green right here. You can't really see that on a camera. It really is muted, but it's not the same color as the yellow that I'm using right here. It's a bit more green, but I don't really have that color in my palette. So I'm gonna try to mix it. Maybe if I get this and a tiny bit of the yellow. Yeah, it is close enough. I would need it to be a bit more saturated. Right now it's a bit more muted than what I want, but it's fine. I can come back with some pencil if I really want a bit more saturation right here specifically. But like I said, I don't want the background to be too detailed because my purpose right here is just to remain kind of blurry looking. But I still really like it that way, so I'm just gonna go with the flow, you know, just trying to mix and blend and fuse everything until I'm quite happy with the results. Should I do like some foliage or I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. You know, if I start working too much on right here, I'm gonna lose what I want, which is kind of the blurry effect. I feel like it should remain a bit more blurry than what I have right now. So I'm just gonna cover that up ever so slightly. And just go back with my bluish, my more bluish tones right here. And the muted colors, like my muted purples, you know. I don't have the exact shade in the palette right now. I'm gonna have to mix some of it because the blue that I have right here is not the same that I have in my palette. It's a bit more turquoise. It's lighter, so it's not exactly the shade that I want. But it's not a big deal. Just have to be careful with the way I blend stuff. Yeah, I don't really have exactly the shades that I want. I'm gonna have to remix some of the things that I have right here. Like I need like some of the pale pink tones that I don't have right now. I also think here it's a bit too dark. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make the flowers and the butterflies stand out. But I can't use the blue here because if I use the blue right here, the leaves and the butterfly is not going to stand out. So it has to be a different shade. It can be maybe the purple tones, or I don't know, I have to make that a bit of a different color, but I don't really know what yet. I probably just need maybe some of the pink, just some in some place. I don't know. I have to think about it. Maybe it should be more of the pale yellow or some oranges, because I have right here some oranges popping, so maybe it should just be like more like yellow tones, but I need to blend that, so I'm just gonna try something. We'll see how that goes. As long as I can blend that with the background and what's around it, I'm kind of happy with that. Just have to do things carefully choosing the right colors, creating like interesting contrasts, and doing it in small increments, so I don't, hang on, I'm just gonna blend. Maybe a bit of a muted purple right here. I think this color is slightly better. I'm being very careful. Said to me, Emoki, you are such a great inspiration when it comes to coloring. Oh, thank you. You're adorable. Oh, so much love. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna cry. No, I'm not gonna cry, but I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I still want to work a tiny bit on the background, but I don't have the right colors for the top section. And we need to mix a light pink color. Can I get that color with what I have? I don't know. I mean, I do have pink right here, so I can just try. I can try. Technically it's not pink, it's more of a lilac color. Just gonna try to mix that here. I have like a muted brownish color as a base underneath, so it's gonna help a lot. I need more pink. It's a pretty vibrant pink, so being careful with that. A bit more water. Just trying to, you know, get a nice color. This one is a bit too dark, but it's okay if it's too dark. I can just get some white back into it. So let's just try. Yeah, it's a bit too dark. Hang on, I'm just gonna get some white color back in. White color? No. Not white color, just like a white, I'm gonna just grab some white back. Get this slightly lighter. It's a bit, I mean, it's not as pink, but I don't mind it. The fact that it's a bit more muted actually works really well with what I have underneath. But I'm gonna switch to the larger brush. I need someone in between. Those are too big, I think. Yeah, I need the one that I have in my bucket. It's already, oh, it's so late. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly work on this section right here so I can blend, but this is too dark for me. I'm just gonna quickly blend right here, and then I'm gonna stop and go to bed because yeah, it's pretty late. So I need some of the turquoise back so I can incorporate what I have right here ever so slightly in this section. Just gonna randomly place some of the turquoise back, but also using my pale yellow to blend that out. Keeping things kinda messy on purpose because I really like it. Just get some of the orange tones because I like it too, but I need it to be more muted, so just get use of that pink that I've created and use my pale yellow so it really just show the butterflies really well. It's okay if I'm covering the butterfly antenna, is it the word? I can just come on top later. I want some of the purple tones, but I don't know if I should create like a pattern on the top section. Right now it's pretty straight, I guess. There's nothing really happening. I don't know. For now I'm just like placing some random colors. I'm just getting a bit more opacity because it's pretty light, and I need it to be more opaque, I guess. But gently. A bit more yellow. Just showing. Not too much. I don't know yet the colors for the flowers, but I think they're gonna be quite light in the ends. So if I need them to pop, the background should be slightly darker. So I need more of the red, more of a reddish base. I should also use a smaller brush, but we'll see later. Missing some of the green. I feel like should be a lot greener here. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten tonight. Not too much blue because again, it won't. I need the rest to pop, so I should remain more in the muted brownish category. I don't mind if I using like some of the oranges. I'm gonna get like a muted green, which is interesting. I really like using gouache. I don't think you can see what I'm doing. Hang on. Just gonna move that. I think I need to create some of the motion in the background. If you can take a look here, you see that my hair is creating this a wavy pattern, but also it's kind of like melting with the background. It's moving around here, but here on top I don't have that movement, so I either create a spiral or like a wavy pattern, or it needs to connect somewhere, or I just go in a different direction, like I would go in this direction or just straight. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to create a different pattern look effect here. I don't know. I have to sleep to look back at it in the morning so I know what I want to do. Sorry, I'm moving the camera too much. This is why I really like gouache. I can so easily just create variation in the background, and it melts completely. Like, it really is so much of a happy medium. I really like it. Just like that. I'm trying to find a way to create a nice pattern. I think it looks nice if I just follow those lines right now. Almost like it's the hair melting in the background. Yeah, I just need to fix things here. Yeah, I like it. It needs a lot of work still, but I like it. And it's still very blurry because I mean I have texture in the background, but I don't have contouring, so that's why I like it. I might have more pattern effects, like maybe just some random leaves. I don't know yet. For now, I'm just gonna stick to that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop right here. It's pretty late. It's almost 1 p.m. and I'm getting tired, and I don't want to be too messed up and jet lagged-ish if I go to bed too late. So the palette is still right here, it's pretty intact, and this is how it looks. I'm just gonna change the camera angle so I can show you a better look because right now it's pretty random. Okay. Can I show you better than that? Not really. It's going to be quite blurry if I come. Sorry, it's pretty messy. It's moving so much. Okay, hang on. Like so. So it's a bit blurry, I'm sorry. But the camera won't focus more. But this is how it looks. Just gonna quickly just come on top. And so yeah, we did make some progress. It's pretty long. I mean, I spent like almost 3 hours, I don't know, at least 2 hours on this. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. It's actually been 2 hours since I've started streaming, so if you remove the talking portion, maybe this took me like an hour and a half or something. Just working on like the butterfly and making some progress in the background. So yeah, this is how she looks. And I think I'm just gonna call it for today. You know, I'm pretty tired, but thank you so much for coming and joining. Really appreciate the support and the comments. So good luck, Jenny, for your medical career. And you know, just get back to work with your art and stuff. Just do it step by step, and I think it's going to come back definitely. Good luck, Harmony, with your novel and your work as well. And yeah, thank you so much for joining tonight. I'll see you in the next live. I'm going to do one probably, I don't know yet, in July. It's a bit confusing yet because I don't think I'm going to be here for like the first 3 weeks or so. Maybe early January, maybe the first week of July I'm gonna be able to stream, but then it's going to be in August for the next one. So if you are interested in supporting me, you can join my Ko-fi or my Patreon page. You can check my Etsy store. All the links will be in the description. You can just also search for Sakuems online and you're gonna find all my socials and everything. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day or good night, and I'll see you in the next stream. Bye guys!